many videos I was drugged, and I'm trying to show you the right angle using God's truth, love, and light, while they're trying to do a evil chemical, biological, physiological attack, if you will. There's many levels. It's spiritual, it's alchemical. When you look at it from their point of view, and since we all speak English, that's the only language I really speak well. Talking about communication, I don't speak Igbo. And so on. And in my research, I've come across interesting things that my martial arts insight has shown me. And people like me and other wise men used to discuss these things. And we talk about the right angle using the light of God, while these other people wanted the right angle using evil. So what you're seeing is the white man's technology, the light, and how I'm trying to work with it. The black and white, like on a referee, they're showing you their Masonic thought and their willingness to do covert actions on behalf of the white power structure. Where the good people met halfway with the Vikings, Romans, Greeks, and other people who punished slaves and peasants and other less than rich people for getting out of line, the proletarians, what have you. So they said, we'll meet you halfway and help you do it to save our people. And that's their excuse. It's weak, I know. I don't even begin to make such a ridiculous excuse. Just do the right thing. Fuck doing the wrong thing. So speaking of this, I'm kind of mumbling. I'm balancing the phone, and I've smoked a few bowls, and I'm still recovering from being seriously covertly drugged yesterday. I could hardly walk. That mixed with doing a lot of kicks after taking a few days off, wherever I was really feeling it earlier, being hungry and sick in the middle of nowhere, and dehydrated because I can't trust the water in my house. My parents, as I've proven to you, my mom is helping them, and more often than not, the one calling the police. In fact, I think every time the police have been called, it was my mother. And my dad's just angry, trying to restore the order, and she's a manipulative person. Okay, so let me just get into the stories real quickly, and I'll leave it alone. Long ago in Cedo, when I was younger, when I was really young, I was told about gays raping children and stuff like that. And my parents saying, "Don't talk to strangers," and they were right. When I went to Cedo for the first time, and I was kicked out, and I went to Ascent, which is a behavior modification program, whereas Cedo is a reform school in the mountains by San Bernardino. Ascent was in northern Idaho, it was very cold. And on the way there was a black guy from Compton. I was in a safe house in Compton, and there was a white Navy SEAL, older Navy SEAL guy. And they drove me up there, and they told me that there was two, they're joking, and they knew I wasn't going to believe them, but they still kind of joked at it. They said there was two young black guys that wandered this way, and those two hide things on the posts were their bodies, and they laughed. And like, no, it's true. Who knows? There might be a story related to that, and that's a symbol of what they did. You see what I'm saying? You never know. So never knowing also fucked with my head. And finding out later from being a gangster myself that a lot of these Crips, some of them are into Satanism from being in prison, around satanic prison guards and white prison gangs and Mexicans, and looking into the dark side of their own culture to protect their own, letting the darkness, and the savage nature of the black man put fear in the hearts of their enemies, which the light temple does to a certain degree, but in the name of light, just by showing God's splendor and might through ourselves, the spirit of Judah and Jah. So there was that. My nose is kind of burning a little bit. I'm just being honest. I know. Let me just get through this real quick. I was told before I went to jail in Santa Cruz County. Remember, this is all during times of institution, psychological operations, court requiring me to see a psychiatrist, behavior modification, reform school. I'm in their system. There's no getting out, right? And they told me to keep me in there, keep Big Pharma paid. Secret societies helping Big Pharma because their shared cultural values and alchemical values and philosophical values, is the reason why Big Pharma is so profitable. Judges, police, they need all this to help them do it. And that's why we see little information here and there, because there's so many people doing it. Some get drunk, some pillow talk, and so on. So I was told that there was a Hispanic woman who was beat up by, she did something to piss someone off or something, or she was the type of woman that everyone didn't like, and that they raped her and pissed on her and beat her up and threw her off the West Cliff. For some reason, I'm still drawn to West Cliff. Okay, and we had passed her on the road. I was told by this white guy who was hooking me up weed, right? And I'm thinking, I want my weed, but this story bothers me. But he says he wasn't there, and it was his friends, but he's kind of laughing. So I'm thinking, and this is just burning rage, right? But it was like I drove all the way here for weed. I finally got it. When I was younger, my dad was very protective, kept me away from my Crip homies, especially. I wasn't allowed to go to East San Jose. That's why a lot of people to this day don't understand why a lot of people don't know me. They don't say, "Oh, he was that guy." They know me from hanging out with people there in a El Rancho Verde, or Valley Palms. These apartments, with Serenos and Norteños and Crips around, and the South Side and so on. But I was told these stories why, being bombarded with hyper masculine stuff, which is okay, but when you direct it wrong, instead of in the light temple, we all suffer. So these feminists out here and these communists who want to destroy religion, because religion puts the black Jew over the white Jew. That's why it was the white Jew, the descendant of the white Jews, who started communism. Ashkenazi, right? Ashkenazi, Germany. Okay, you had Marx and Engels, the Communist Manifesto, Hegel. These are all people who are part of the white atheistic Jewish network who want the Jews to value money. Because if you follow the Bible, Judah is the mightiest, Jesus. And these people who are more Cushite, Amos 9:7 doesn't say you are the same to me as Germans, but Ethiopians or Cushites. So the Bible, and from a real strong perspective of the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and Africa, especially around the time it was written, made it clear that the black man comes first, the black Jew specifically. Okay? And it was the white Jew, the ancestors of the white Jews, who said, let their blood be on us, right? They weren't talking about every Jew. They were talking about the different philosophies of the Jews. There's 2 Jews, 3 opinions. Just like not every Jew's a Zionist, not every Jew is cursed. In the Revelation, some Jews from each tribe go to heaven, and the number is symbolic. And God has it down to a science how to determine who are the most worthy. And for the numbers to fall in place, God sets the stage. So these people who are in Hollywood, who do Masonic plays, set the stage for the white man to have the upper hand in every aspect of life, especially reproduction and controlling behavior, certainly controlling sexual behavior. Thank you.